Yeah.
Our message for today is I recognize that I have chosen fear and I choose again. I choose love. Okay. So I see that we are still in this energy of moving past fear, not allowing our fear is false evidence appearing real, not allowing false evidence, our self-limiting beliefs, negative thoughts. Sometimes, depending upon the situations, we create scenarios in our own mind based off of our own thought processes and etc. that do not work in our favor and for our highest good. So we're allowing these false negatives, these things that appear real, but in actuality they are not, to get in the way. And so recognizing that, having allowed yourself to be led by fear and choosing fear and sort of, kind of doing a check yourself. I have to do that as well. Sometimes I have moments where my mind starts running and then I have to say, whoa, 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 whoa. This is not true and here's why. And thank you, mind, for trying to supply me some thoughts, but I've got this. So being able to kind of stop yourself, check yourself, and recognize, wait a minute, I'm choosing fear right now. Let me choose again. I choose love. Wow. That's kind of deep when you think about it. And the thoughts that I'm having in my mind right now, I'm trying to think of how to articulate that in a way that is understandable for those that are listening. Choosing love. Choosing to view situations, people, ourselves through the lens of love. What does that look like for you? And I think that may be different for everyone, but for me, just off the top of my head, thinking about stepping outside of fear and choosing love. And we've recognized that fear can be our own self-limiting thoughts. So it may not have anything to actually do for real with the other person. It could be all us. So choosing love, choosing to view through the lens of love, opening up your heart chakra, giving grace, patience, empathy. Taking a look at self-accountability is love. Discipline is love. Stepping out into the unknown. Stepping outside of your comfort zone for your own well-being is choosing love, self-love. So what does that look like for you? How do you define choosing love? Okay, I'm very interested to see what astral house that this message is directed towards. So, excuse me. when the cards kind of fly out. I'm always kind of like blown away by that a little bit. Just everything's so magical to me. So here we have the marriage card. And with this card, it came out in the reverse. It landed in the reverse when it came out. And so for me with marriage, it's about commitments. Marriage is about vows, promises. And so with marriage being in the reverse, and this could be about relationships, but it also could be about the fact that being non-committal based on fear. And this is the same similar message that was received for yesterday's reading. But allowing fear to get in the way of being fully committed to what's in your highest good, choosing love. And so what fears what are you allowing? What is it that's no longer serving you and your highest good that you are allowing to get in the way of commitments? Committing to yourself, committing to things and goals and new people and just better, committing to more, committing to leveling up, committing to what's the word I'm looking for? Committing to a higher vibrational state of awareness. Moving past fear. No longer choosing it. To remain in a state of stagnancy, fear, and complacency is a choice. And so choosing love, choosing self-love, choosing what's in your highest good, choosing to commit to that and be disciplined for the long term. I'm going to take a sip of water here. What is it that you're not committing to? What's falling by the wayside? What's being put off? What promises and commitments have been made that are not being upheld, that are not being adhered to? What's the tea? So you all, just a quick disclaimer, my allergies, given the weather, have been kicking my behind. So I've been very stuffy, clearing my throat a lot. Drinking some plain old water today, no coffee. So if I sound a little nasally or congested, that is why. So yeah. Man, look, I'm trying to we are in this same energy. I almost feel like I could just duplicate yesterday's reading and repost it again for today. But okay, so our dear self prompt for today is, dear self, I am excited to get to know you better. Blank. You are an ever-evolving life force, and it's been a pleasure watching you expand and become a better version of you. I look forward to observing your future growth. Self, I promise to remind you of the many delightful ways that you shine. You are blank and you are blank. Self, you are remarkable. So just off top, reading that, again, I said it as the reading started off. What does choosing love look like personally and individually for you? What does that look like? Getting to know yourself better, becoming more self-aware, recognizing that you are an ever-evolving life force, and taking pleasure in watching yourself expand and become a better version of you. Taking moments to reflect and observing your future growth. And again, with choosing love, what does that look like when you turn that inwards? Like reminding yourself of the many delightful ways that you shine. How do you do that? How do you show yourself love? How do you big up yourself? How do you take care of yourself? What's your definition of self-care? And let's pivot. I love that word, pivot. Let's pivot and take a different thought process when we think about the word self-care. Because, the common thing when it comes to self-care is to think about going to get massages and going for walks and meditation, and all of that is good and great. But also, how do you take care of yourself in uncomfortable situations? How do you take care of yourself when you're in a place of feeling like you may not be making the best decisions for yourself in life? Instead of beating yourself up, how do you show yourself grace? How do you show yourself compassion? How do you pivot and get yourself back on the proper course? How do you reroute? And how when a navigation reroutes, how do you reroute and get back on track to living out the journey of your purpose in your life? How do you show yourself love in that way? So what I'm getting thus far is that there's a major lack in self-love taking place in some shape, form, or fashion. And that's just what I'm seeing here. Like I said before, I'm not going to sugarcoat. I'm not going to paint any pictures that are not there. Somebody has been lacking in self-care and self-prioritization. Commit to you first. Sometimes we get caught up in committing to all types of other things, committing to all types of people and situations, and just none of that is in your highest good. How do you take care of yourself? Are you drawing boundaries? Do you have boundaries? Are you clear on what boundaries are and how to set them? Do you say no, or do you keep taking on things that you don't want to, you don't need to? Not saying no to your own detriment. That is not choosing yourself. That is not choosing love. That is operating out of fear. What are you fearing? Do you fear losing people due to saying no? Do you fear that if you sit still for a little bit and allow yourself to rest, that you have to face some not so great realities or take responsibility for self. Because again, like I stated before, discipline is choosing love. And sometimes we've got to keep it real with ourselves and take a moment and sit back and be honest and pull the rug back on all of our bullshit so that we can move forward and do better. When you know better, you do better, but you have to acknowledge that what you've done that was not the better. Like, you got to keep it 100 with yourself before you can move forward prioritizing everything and everyone else. Because honestly, who's really showing up in those moments? Do you know who you really are at your core, on a soul level? So, there's that. Let's move along here. See what further messages God, Spirit, the Divine have for us. Further clarify. Just give me a moment to take a look at the cards, take in the channeled messages, sip some water. Oh. So the first card that came out, we have Justice here. Second card that came out is Reconciliation. And the third card that came out is Strength. So what I'm gathering with the Justice card along with Reconciliation and Strength combined, it's time to level things out. Things are leveling out. Justice. Receiving your just rewards. Receiving your just due. And the message I'm receiving that can be either or. It cuts both ways. So you can receive justice in the form of rewards, or you can receive justice in the form of remaining stuck in place, remaining stagnant, lack of elevation, continuing the same cycles. It's up to you and your choices. You can continue to choose fear. You can continue to not prioritize yourself, to not level up, to not become more self-aware, to not keep it real with yourself, to not pull the rug back on your own bullshit, and you can remain stuck. You're going to receive whatever justice equates to remaining in that same energy. And if you decide to move forward and commit to self, Commit to choosing love. Reflecting and taking time to understand what that looks like for you in your life. What does that really mean? Choosing love. Am I operating day in and day out from my highest self? Am I operating from my heart chakra? And when you're operating from a place of love, you can't help but be, how do I put it, genuine. You're not going to be fake. You're not going to commit to things that are not of your highest good because you love yourself one too much to allow yourself to continue down a path that is not beneficial. And when people, places, things, situations that come across or that cross paths with you or that come your way that are not of your highest good, you're going to speak up because you're radiating that love that you've chosen to exude. And you're gonna be like, hey man, I gotta keep it real with you. Like, this ain't that, boo. Like, that ain't gonna work, fam. I'm gonna have to get at a hard pass. So it's up to you to balance the scales. And it's funny because what I'm hearing Spirit state is that, and whether you choose to balance some for the higher vibrational or choose to remain in the lower vibrational, either way, they gonna balance. And whatever justice is served, it's all karmic. It's all based on choice. Moving forward to reconciliation. There's again some inner work that needs to be done. Yes, we can look at this card. We can look at these cards and say that, oh, there's two people here. But in actuality, again, with this justice, there's two scales. There's reconciliation. There's two, it appears to be two people on this card, but they're touching in unison and they're balancing each other out. And what I'm gathering from this is, again, like that reconciliation of self. Doing an in-depth self-check-in. Are you growing in the realm of self-awareness? Are you evolving? Are you getting to know you better? That's what it's time for right now. Like, I don't know how many different ways I can say the same thing, but that's the message that Spirit is like driving into my mind right now very heavily. And it's coming in the form of, I feel like the energy that I'm receiving when I'm conveying this message is, I feel like I'm warning. I feel like I'm providing a warning. It's kind of like when a parent, disciplines you and is like, all right, don't do that again. Like, I'm trying to tell you. It's like self-focus. Turn your focuses within. Balance out these polarities. Get balanced in your self-awareness. And in order to do that, it's going to take strength. You're going to have to double down. Be intentional. That may involve saying no to some things. Saying no to some people. getting in a quiet place, being independent, doing things solo. If you're afraid to be alone and to do things by yourself, how do you really get to know you? Do the activities that you enjoy, are they even the things that you truly enjoy? Or are you just going along to get along because of your group of friends or the crowd of people that you hang out with? Do you always have to be attached to someone else? Can you just do you? And I'm not talking about a one-off. Oh, well, I go and get my nails done by myself. Or, well, I'll go and get a pedicure. No, I'm talking about hermit mode. Going within, taking a hiatus, being disciplined. Hardcore self-prioritization. And if you think about it, successful people have to do that. Like, I'm from H-Town, so I'm going to use Beyonce as an example. It is what it is. H-Town down, fucks with sis heavy, okay? And if you look at how successful Beyonce is, and everybody's not going to be Beyonce, but the point that I'm making with that is that Beyonce is not on the scene 24/7. Sis is in the lab, putting in work on herself, becoming better, becoming a greater artist, consistently challenging herself, evolving, changing the game. And when she does pop out, man, these motherfuckers ain't stopping me, period. Like, so getting in that energy, hermit mode. And what's so funny is that even in saying that, the hermit, the element that is attached to the hermit is earth, and the zodiac is Virgo, and Beyonce is a Virgo. So basically, that incorporating that very grounded energy. And if you look at this strength card, she's sitting her ass down. Sit your ass down. Like, stop doing any and everything, being mixy with everybody, doing everything because you scared to spend time alone and face your own demons. And look, I'm just the messenger. It's yours to accept or reject. But what I'm seeing here is that justice, the scales are going to balance out, period. And here's the thing. Self-awareness, becoming a higher vibrational version of self, takes work. Sometimes we encounter challenges. It's not always easy. You got to work through some things. And then also looking at self. Even me. I have some ways about me. Popping anger. And for the most part, I'm chill, or whatever. But people will try you. I don't like to be tried like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really... This is lower vibrational shadow energy of self. I'm being very transparent and genuine with you all right now, but I'm really the type. Please be quite sure and clear and making sure you really about that life if you want to play with me for real, because I don't really be playing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever you start, Be ready to finish it. I am not for play. And I'm going to go hard. I am a fucking Scorpio. Like, it ain't nothing to a boss, little baby. I'm going to eat your ass alive. But I've had to evolve from that. The places that I'm going, the journey of my purpose, where I'm headed, I can't be behaving that way. As much as it pains me, because yes, sometimes you just want to let a mofo know what's really good. Like, oh, okay, you got life and bullshit mixed up. Let me straighten it out for you. So really working through your own stuff. How do I show up at times in a way that hinders my growth, in a way that will block my blessings moving forward to the next level? With each new level, there's new challenges, so on and so forth. So I recall I was listening to a snippet of this pastor on Instagram one day. I have since deactivated my Instagram because I am not a fan of social media. I really don't like it, but whatevs. But I remember seeing this pastor and a snippet of his sermon, and he was saying when you level up head first. And when you think about that, it's like you may think that you're ready for the next level, and indeed you might be in terms of being able to operate in that realm of success, but is your mental on par with where you're headed? That takes discipline. That takes sitting down, getting in hermit mode, getting grounded, becoming more self-aware, so that when you know better, you do better. So that when you do level up and you encounter certain triggers, certain people, because the higher you go, the more people are going to come for you, the more challenging situations you're going to face. It's not going to stop. How are you going to handle it? Are you going to blow your success with a bad temper? That's a no for me, dog, because I've had to work too hard to get where I'm going. So I've learned that some stuff I got to ignore. Now, I'm going to be 100% real with you. I do have my moments, because sometimes people will... Now, if I try to give you an opportunity to leave me alone, and you keep going, and you keep going, and you keep going, you're going to get that work. But let me tell you, I'm going to catch you off guard. It's going to come in a way that is going to be so unexpected, and it's going to knock your fucking socks off. So, people need to leave people alone, because you really don't never know who you're dealing with. Honestly, and we all have our shadow self. This is not to say that I'm bigger and badder than anyone else, but I know me. I'm self-aware. I know myself. My sun, moon is Scorpio, and my rising ascendant sign is Aquarius. That lets you know right there. One, Scorpios, I don't have a problem moving in the darkness. I'm not afraid of the dark. I'll tell you that. Okay? My shadow self and my higher self is in balance. Because I know when sometimes I need to take a step into the dark side. Sometimes you have to. But with that Aquarius rising, I do it in a way that is such an intellectual ass whooping. And it's like on the cartoons where it's like, motherfucker done fell back and start seeing stars surrounding it, you know, because it's just like a world like, dang, what just happened? Yeah, I had to sit that ass down real quick because it's something that you wasn't getting. And even with that, with leveling up, with becoming more self-aware, recognizing the shadow self tendencies? How does that vibe with my higher vibrational self? So that way, when you start reaching new levels and you encounter certain things, you know how to clap back and handle it in a way that it doesn't destroy and knock you down from everything that you've worked so hard for to attain. Because doing the inner work is not easy. I'm going to keep it real. But I'll tell you what, I would rather willingly do the work than for God's spirit and the divine to put me in a position where they balance out the scales themselves. Yeah, no, I'm good on that. I don't need that spiritual ass whooping. I've had enough. It's to the point now where if I pray for discernment with certain things and all, and of course, the journey is what it is, right? But I will throw the disclaimer out there, say God, it's your girl. Whatever lessons, allow them to be gentle, if you will, non-chaotic, minimum pain. And a lot of times that's contingent upon me and what I choose. Whether I choose to operate from a place of fear or whether I choose to operate from a place of love. Okay? So moving forward, I'm going to rearrange the cards a bit here. Make some more space for us to continue on with the reading. And I am very much a perfectionist, so I know I'm doing the most by trying to get these cards perfect, but just let me do me, okay? What's next? Let's do a few of these oracle cards and see what comes up. I'm hoping there's not too much of a glare on the camera with the cards. I'm still playing around with the lighting, so bear with me. If it's not perfect, I'm still perfecting here. You know what? I just got a redirection in terms of what cards I'm about to use. So I'm going to pull a few keywords. See what it is that that we need to know further. Okay. And I think that's it. I'm going to leave it at that. Okay. So let's see here. First, we have goldfish. Increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Wow. Increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Expansion. And I know it says or, but I think it's and. Increase in material wealth and spiritual growth. And doing the inner work, getting clear on balancing the shadow and the high vibrational versions of self is spiritual work. Honestly, that is spiritual. So the reward, remember I was saying earlier, is like the justice, like the opportunity for reward is there. Increase, expansion. Because guess what? When you start knowing better and you start doing better, you start making different choices. And the choices that you're going to be making increased in spiritual growth and increased material growth. That's lit. Dog far away. A distant friend is thinking of you. Again, I feel like I'm getting a lot of the same energy from yesterday. And then carrot. Opportunity or windfall. Okay. So I'm getting two versions of how to clarify these three cards. So I'm going to start with the first. And so the first that I see is with this dog far away, a distant friend is thinking of you. There's somebody that's at a distance from you. Somebody that maybe you stopped kind of dealing with. Maybe you took a break from them. You kind of started separating yourself from people, you know, making steps to do this work on yourself to get clear. You recognize it, man, some shit ain't adding up in my life. Like, this ain't, it's got to be more. It's got to be something else. So for me, when I come across tarot readings, because I like to look at, you know, readings on YouTube as well, it would be already a confirmation for me of what I already know to be true for myself, or what I'm already kind of feeling, the energy that I'm already kind of in. So if I came across a reading like this, it would hit the nail on the head, because I would know, man, this is confirmation, because that's the space I'm in right now. I knew it. I could feel it. Like, I need to be doing something different. There's something else. So with this, it's somebody that you've already started taking the steps to kind of back up from folks, so that you get clear, so that you can balance some things out, so that you can reconcile with yourself. You've started making the moves towards that. And there's somebody at a distance that's thinking of, they see it. You are on their mind. They're like, wow, this person is, because look at this. They're looking dead at this goldfish, and this goldfish is saying increase in material wealth and spiritual growth. They see it. They can't help but see it. It's like right in front of their face. Expansion and growth. And honestly, when you think about it, I would consider that expanding pretty much into every area of your life, because when you're expanding in the material and the spiritual, because once you master self, and that's a constant journey, I mean, so a lifelong journey, so let's not get stupid with it, but when you're beginning to master and understand self-mastery, self-discipline, self-awareness, self-love, and you're growing in that area, and then you're also growing spiritually and growing in the material, that's going to spill over into every area of your life, because you're moving differently, you're choosing differently, and somebody at a distance from you sees that. And now with this carrot, this is what I'm now getting three things. let's see if, because the message come to me channeled so quickly and so heavily that hopefully I don't get overwhelmed and get excited and forget. So the first thing with this carrot, there could be someone that's at a distance from you and they see you. You're on their mind. They're thinking, wow, look at goldfish. They are leveling the F up. Let me see if I can get in where I fit in. This person is an opportunist. They are looking for an opportunity to ride your coattail, jump on the bandwagon, get in where they fit in, latch on so they can ride up the ladder of success with you. No. That's a solo journey. I remember a spiritual advisor of mine told me, this was years ago, but it always stuck with me. She said, it's always easier for people to pull you back down to a level that you've grown from than for you to bring them up to the level that you've advanced to. Because the reality is if this person that's at a distance from you was doing the same work on themselves, it would be in balance. There would be no need to attach to go along for the ride. They would be able to meet you where you're at. And so they're not. Because they haven't done the work. They're not on your same level. It is what it is. So use discernment. Watch out for people that, you've kind of been handling with a long handle spoon, wanting to come back around because they see you. They see you. They see the increase. They see the expansion. And they want a piece of it. At your expense. The next channel message that I'm getting is, people from the past or people that you don't really rock with anymore see you again, increase, expansion, growing. And they want to come and try to dangle a carrot in front of your face on some, I got this opportunity. We can really make some money together, fam. Like, the people. You will know who it is. People that you've grown from. You got old homies that's scammers. They always up to no good. They always on some quick money making scheme type stuff. And they trying to come to you like, yo, you should get on board with this opportunity. And they just dangling this carrot in front of you, and it's not going to amount to anything, and before you know it, you get caught up in that and get distracted, and boom. Because like Spirit said, the scales are going to balance. It's up to you which way, like if they in your favor or if you remain stuck. So again, utilize discernment. And when you're in that space of being self-aware, choosing love, again, like I said earlier on in the reading, some things just will not resonate with you. People not going to be able to come at you with that same game. And they're going to come at you with that same game because they haven't evolved. They haven't changed. They haven't transformed. They haven't grown. So you're going to see it from a mile away. And like I said, when you're in that space of self-love, you're not going to make choices that are going to take you back after you've done the hard work to level up. You're going to have to keep it a buck with them. Nah, fam, I'm going to have to pass on that. That's all you. Right there. You got it. Leave that where it's at. And so moving on to the third channeled message that I'm receiving from this is that honestly, you don't need no middleman. You got this. because your increased material wealth and your spiritual growth is going to automatically put you in position for the proper opportunities and windfalls. And, you know, with this carrot, you know, it's fully ripe, it's ready to, you know, the harvest is ready to be harvested. So these are some things that you're going to have to put in a little work. Be consistent. Sit your ass down. Be grounded and disciplined. It's not going to be somebody coming to you with some get rich quick scheme. You know what I mean? Like, because they trying to cash in on your increase, your level up. Ride your coattail. Nah. It ain't even going down like that. So remember to eliminate the middleman. Use discernment. You know better, you do better. You're not falling for them same tricks. Because these are the same people with the same old bullshit. Nothing's changed. But you have. And hold strong to that. Be grounded in that. Be intentional about the moves you make and the opportunities that you choose to accept. Okay, so and you know, honestly, that I'm looking at how the cards are, even like how I position them under justice, you know, again, the scales are going to balance. Now, whether they balance, you know, more to the shadow choices of yourself or more to the higher vibrational choices for yourself is up to you. But everybody's going to receive their justice and their karma. Even these people that are sitting around doing the same old shit, running the same game, talking the same old bullshit, not doing nothing. Stuck in park. So, okay, let's get some oracle cards and kind of start wrapping this up. Kind of start wrapping this up. Okay. Okay. Now I have that Beyonce, the snippet to that Beyonce song stuck in my head. These motherfuckers ain't stopping me. I actually really love that song. So Yin and Yang, golden opportunity. Important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. Again, same messages that we were receiving yesterday. These same messages that lets you know the energetic space that we're in right now. It's go time. Golden opportunity. Important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. Walk through them. Keep moving forward. Keep going. Ignore the middleman. Ignore the past. Keep that long handle spoon on a need to know basis. Like, and you don't need to know. Like, keep doing what you're doing. The payoff is imminent. Important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. And with that being said, even on a deeper spiritual level, this is a very important time. And like I said earlier, I felt like I was giving a warning. It's important. It's imperative. that you're utilizing discernment, that you're in hermit mode, that you're paying attention, that you're seizing the right opportunities because doors are opening for you. Walk through them, but ensure that you're walking through the right ones, because you're going to have some people coming at you with some fool's gold trying to distract you and get you off course. Don't let them do it. Mother Mary, expect a miracle. Expect miracles to take place in your life. Have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. God knows the desires of your heart. The spirit realm hears your prayers. And they're telling you they're being answered. Be in a place of expecting the unexpected. God wants to blow your mind. God wants to surprise you and knock your socks off. There are miraculous things in store for you. Opportunities, experiences. What dreams have you had? It's time. Okay, Artemis, Guardian. You and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. There's a hedge of protection around you. You are spiritually protected. And another thing I really love about this card is every time I see this card, it gives me the ram in a bush type vibes. Like, again, expecting the unexpected. Sometimes, you know, going back to that, recognizing when you're choosing fear, sometimes we fear the unknown and we don't start moving towards, or we don't walk through certain doors because for us, we can't really understand once we get on the other side of that door, how is it really going to work out? And what God is saying is that I just need you to trust, right? Have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. You and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. A way will be provided, always. That's not something that you need to question or doubt or fear or concern yourself with. Choose love. Choose yourself. Choose to operate at a higher vibrational level. You just start doing it. Everything else will fall into place. It's the law. Justice. That's how it works. Karmic cycles. You can continue to remain in the same karmic cycle that is not beneficial, or you can choose to step into a new energetic karmic cycle that comes with increase of material wealth and spiritual growth, and experiencing miracles and coming across greater opportunities. It's up to you. We all have free will. Let me tell you, the spirit realm is not going to twist your arm, but you will face consequences. And once you get through that whooping, you're going to want to do it yourself. Let me tell you. Like I said, I be praying those prayers like, does this have to be painful? And so I will be completely transparent. I believe in God. The Jesus thing is questionable to me. You know, I mean, I have questions. I'm not saying that there ain't no such thing as Jesus. I'm saying that it's questionable to me. I have questions about the Bible and Jesus and all of that. I do believe in God. I believe there's a higher power. But saying all of that to say, even Jesus in the Bible, when it was time for him to kind of give himself, you know, for all of mankind, right? That's the story. Even he asked God, yo, if there's another way that we can do this, please, let's do that instead. Let me know. There's still time. So even Jesus was like, if I don't have to sacrifice myself and, get killed for humankind, I'd appreciate a way out. And so it's the same. I would rather go ahead and go through the transformation process knowing that, there might be some little scrapes, bumps, bruises, challenges along the way, but I won't be hurt or broken. I'm going to actually end up coming out unscathed. Honestly. But when it comes to that spiritual whooping, due to your own low vibrational choices, whoo, child, ain't nobody got time for that. Look a here, look a here. Okay? So we had the Chimera come out in reverse. We had that yesterday. And then we have the Talisman. Okay. So with the Chimera in the upright, it's saying imagination clouds your judgment, but it's in the reverse. And then with the Talisman, it's saying you are destined to succeed. So Spirit, God, and the Divine is saying, don't question yourself. What's that song I was hearing on my IG before I deactivated it? It was a clip from this gospel singer. Now, y'all know my sinuses and my allergies are acting up, but that act like you know. Act like you know, act like you know, act like you know. Like, you better act like you know. Be confident. Double down on, you know what it is. You know. You're not. Stop second guessing yourself. Stop choosing fear. Stop being afraid. Stop straddling the fence. You know what to do. This is the same message from yesterday, just kind of said differently. But this is clearly the energy that we're in right now. It's like, trust yourself. You know how to take care of you. And you are destined to, it's your destiny. It's your birthright. You will succeed. It's already written. Now, whether you get there the less traumatic way or the extremely traumatic way, that's up to you and the choices you make. You know better. So when this distant person or people come around trying to sell you wolf tickets, you know to go on and let that rock. Because you know you're not operating from a place of fear. You're not operating from a place of lack. You don't have to just accept what somebody's trying to put in front of you, on some fooly Wayne goofy shit. No, motherfucker. I know where I'm headed. I know what's in store for me. Matter of fact, you see it. Because it's already, you shining already. It's already there. So just have faith and know, this is a very important time right now. Walk through the right doors. Have faith, expect miracles to take place in your life. And know that you are safe and spiritually protected. There's always going to be a ram in the bush. You don't always have to understand exactly how everything's going to work out. That's what God and the divine is for. That's when they get to step in and show up and show out. So then you have testimony. And then you can say, I couldn't have planned this myself even if I tried. This is how it worked out. So that when you cross paths with the right people, then you can be a light to them. Via your path, your journey. Living out your purpose. Okay? That's it. That's the message. I hope that it resonated. I hope that you take what's meant for you and really reflect and apply it to your life. Because you're destined to succeed. It's there. Like it's your destiny. Be blessed. Take care until we meet again.